Hello, welcome back to Mark's Garden UK. It's an exciting day today because the pond plants have arrived and they're about to be put in the pond behind me. Now this pond behind me is a little bit deceptive because it looks smaller on the camera than it actually is. So let me just demonstrate. It's actually 6 meters in diameter. It's a perfect circular shape and it's 6 meters in diameter and a meter deep. So the pond liner had to be 9 meters square. So just to give you an idea and a perspective of the size, when you start putting rocks around the edge of your pond and you let the grass grow, it kind of makes it look a bit smaller. Anyway, getting back to these boxes of pond plants, I'm really excited. Now I know what I've ordered, but I don't know whether it's all going to be in these boxes, and we'll soon see. This one arrived yesterday, and because it might have had plants in, I opened it yesterday. And it did have some plants in it. It had some of the oxygenators, and they were very safely stored in this grey bag, in this little polythene bucket, as you can see there. And the instructions for the planting are on the outside of the bucket. And because I didn't want to leave them in that plastic pot overnight until the other box arrived, I've actually put them in the pond here. I'll show you those in a minute. I'm a little bit excited. I want to get on with opening the box. The other thing that was in here were these baskets, which for planting the lilies in that I've ordered. All this stuff is from Pond Keeper, by the way, and they've given us a 10% discount code, which I'll put in the description box below this video, and that's on your first order. And I have no problem endorsing Pond Keeper. They've looked after me. They've been very generous and very supportive. They've got a helpline. You can ring up and speak to a real person and have a look at their website, and also consider ordering their catalogue. I mean, I love a catalogue. I can spend all night reading a catalogue. So have a look at their catalogue and get one sent out to you. Right, let's get into this box. Now, whilst I'm opening these boxes, I think I'll just point out to you that it said, stickers all over it saying fragile, liquid, perishable, fragile, urgent, keep this way up. And there's actually a sticker on there that says, if there is no one in and there are no alternative delivery instructions, call your depot immediately. So that's quite nice because it means you don't need to worry about your plants sitting somewhere. So let's get this box open and have a look inside. Now, I said in a previous video that I'm actually fascinated and intrigued. There's something else in this box which I'm going to show you in a minute. I'm fascinated and intrigued about how they will actually send out plants. So let's get inside and have a look. Well, let's very gently and carefully pull these little packages out and see what they contain. That looks like one of my little water lilies. I will open all these individually in a minute and show them to you, but that to me looks like a water lily. In fact, I can see a label there. I've ordered 2 water lilies. That looks like one of them. And that is clearly the other water lily. Now, it says on the website if you order these at this size, you need to buy a slightly bigger pot to put them into, which is why I've ordered these baskets. So there's another lily. Let's put that to one side. These are 3 of my marginals. There are another 3 marginals. Brook lime, which I know is good for newts. Common monkey flower. Wow, that sounds exotic. And lesser water planting. I'll give you a better view of all these plants in a moment, don't worry. These are oxygenators. That's an upright water milfoil, a miniature pennywort, and a crystal confetti. Haven't they got exotic and fascinating names, these plants? That is the water hawthorn. Now, I've ordered 2 of these, and I can see there's another one in the box just down. I've ordered those because they've got a white flower, and both of the water lilies that I've ordered have got white flowers. There's the other water hawthorn. And this is the other half of my bag of Oxygenators. And these are all peppergrass, fibre optic plant and needle spike rush. These are lovely because they're going to form a nice upright plant in the water's edge, and insects will be able to land on it and go down into the water. So at first inspection, I can tell you, looking through these polythene bags, these plants look in very good condition. And I'm now going to open them all up in fast forward and place them all on the grass in front of me and give you a closer look. So I'll see you in a minute. So there we are, my wonderful selection of pond plants. What I've observed whilst I've been unboxing them is that these are all the marginals, and they've got a purple coloured tab on the label, and all the labels have got planting instructions on the reverse. These are all Oxygenators. They've got a green label. These are deep water plants. They've got a blue, and as are the lilies there, deep water. I've fished one of the Oxygenators out of the pond, which arrived yesterday, and I put it into the water just to keep alive, and I'll show you what that looks like. In fact, what I'm going to do next is I'm going to give you a close-up, and I'll put all the plant names and the product code for Pond Keeper in the description box below so that you can see exactly what I've ordered. I've also got some pond soil. Now, pond soil, you buy pond soil because it's low in nutrients. If you put proper soil or garden soil into your pond, there's a chance that it might release a load of nitrates and nitrogen into the pond, which might create an algal bloom. Now, so that is for repotting these water lilies in to these little baskets. Let's just get one of these open and have a look what it's like. Now, the benefit of these baskets is if you buy a plastic basket with big holes in, you've got to buy a Hessian sack to put inside to stop the soil leaking out. So that there is a lovely container for one of these water lilies, which I will fill up with that. And then I will actually go wading again and put them in the deep area of the pond. These, I think I can just plant those kind of in the mid depths. Just plonk that in and let that grow and mature a bit, and eventually I might end up dividing it. But it looks like one of those plants that I've seen on my local canal. This, by the way, is a wildlife plant mix, and there's also an ornamental plant mix on the Pond Keeper website. Let me give you a bit of a close-up on each individual plant. Let's start with the marginals over here. White ragged robin. Curious little plant with a white flower, which fits in quite nicely with my white theme. Pond margin, damp ground. Water spearmint. Now, I thought I could smell mint. Oh yeah, that's got a beautiful smell of mint, a water spearmint, and it's got a beautiful little, almost like an agapanthus little shape or a chive shaped flower there. And then we have cuckoo flower with a white flower. Oh, lovely dense, and I can imagine creatures crawling into that dense undergrowth there under the water and hiding and finding shelter and possibly laying their eggs on there. Brook lime. Now, I know from previous experience that brook lime is a great plant for newts because they can lay their eggs on the underside of the leaves and then fold them over. Lesser water plantain. I wonder if that's related to the plantain that you can eat. Lovely little plant there, look, and that's going to stick out of the water. And then here, finally, the common monkey flower. Never heard of that before. It looks a little bit like an orchid. Right, so there's our marginals along there. we've got our water lilies. Now I've ordered 2 white water lilies here. They look a little bit kind of small, but these have got great potential for growth, and I know that once these get into the water, and I'll just very, very gently untangle these leaves, and these leaves start reaching up for light, those leaves will feed off the light and send nutrients down to the rhizome, and the rhizome will shoot more leaves up, and before you know it, half the water surface will be covered in these leaves. So that can go in a basket and planted. I'll put that in shallower water, and then as it matures I'll lower it down into the depths. Another water lily here, this is Virginalis, another white one. Again, I'll gently untangle that and I'll lower it to about that depth so that these can sit on the surface, absorb the sun's rays, send food down to the rhizome and grow. I can't wait, it's so exciting. And I will keep you updated on the progress. Let's move over to the oxygenators. Right, so let's start over there again. Crystal Confetti, what's a lovely name. I'm not even going to try and read out the Latin name or the proper plant species name, but again, yeah, some instructions on the back. I'll be planting these in tomorrow. Tonight I'm going to get these into the water so that they stay nice and moist, but I'll be planting them tomorrow. Miniature pennyworts, haven't they got beautiful names, these plants? Upright water milfoil. I wonder if that's, yes, that's one of those ones that sits on the surface and sticks up into the air like a prehistoric plant. I love that one. And then we've got needle spike rush. Needle by name, needle by nature. You can see why it's called a needle spike rush. And again, that's going to stick out of the water. I'll be able to put that into my Pebble Beach. Wonderful. Pepper grass. I wonder if it smells of pepper. Let's have a... I can't smell pepper, I can just smell mud on my fingers at the moment, but that's a pepper grass. Look at this. It's like one of those ornaments you can buy with the light goes through. Fibre, it's called a fibre optic plant. That's what I was trying to think of, the name fibre optic. There we go, we've got a fibre optic plant. There we go. Right, so there's our oxygenators. And here are our more deep water marginals, which are the water hawthorns with a white flower. And I've seen, in fact, that one there has got a little flower on it already, look. And I've seen something like this on my local canal just floating on the surface, like that. There we go. Now it's Friday evening, it's almost time for Gardener's World. Fish and chips for tea. So what I'm going to do now is I'm just going to very gently take these over to the water's edge and just place them in the margins where they can keep safe and moist until tomorrow when I come and plant them out. So that's it for this video, the unboxing video. And don't forget to have a look at Pond Keeper. There's a link below this video in the description box, and of course don't forget there's a 10% discount code exclusively for Mark's Garden UK subscribers, and that's in the description box below this video as well. I'll see you tomorrow for some pond planting up. Bye for now.